6. The package I sent out vanished without a trace, and Daisy didn't receive any new returns for quite a while. During this time, I found out I was pregnant. My period was late that month. Although my cycle had long been irregular due to the abuse, I felt something was different this time. I went about my work as usual, and when I was alone in the barn, I bit down on my sleeve, hardened my resolve, and threw my lower back against a wooden post. Once wasn't enough, so I tried again. Soon, I began to bleed, and my abdomen tightened with pain. By evening, I had endured the pain, cleaned myself up, and deliberately brushed against Boris. Sure enough, he rolled over and climbed on top of me. "Honey, something's wrong. Please stop, it hurts too much." Seeing that I had achieved my goal, I wanted him to stop. But Boris wouldn't listen. He pinned my hands together, holding them with one hand, while his body kept moving. By then, I was in so much pain I was nearly exhausted, so I gritted my teeth and pushed through. The next day, the village midwife came to check and said the baby had been gone for a long time. "You little hussy, didn't you know you'd lost the baby? And you still let Boris fool around with you like that?" Mother-in-law, upon hearing this, pounded her chest and stomped her feet, scolding me furiously. But she had only cursed a few times before Boris stopped her. "Mom, I'm sorry. I had no idea I was pregnant." I kept apologizing, bowing my head and whimpering, but deep down, I felt relieved. For a while after that, Boris didn't say much, but he treated me exceptionally well. Only the two of us knew what happened that night. I took the blame, lost face, but won the real victory. As I regained my strength, I started searching for a new path forward. Over the past 2 years, I thought I had been obedient enough, but the villagers still treated me with more suspicion than warmth. I had no access to any devices connected to the outside world, nor could I get my hands on anything that could threaten their lives. I considered grabbing a kitchen knife or starting a fire to make the whole village pay with their lives, but I was afraid I'd be killed before I could even try. They had dealt with too many trafficked women and understood the desperation and madness of survival even better than I did. I finally understood why so many women, even when driven to madness or death, couldn't escape that small village. That morning, I was watering the yard when Boris suddenly rushed over, picked me up, and carried me to the woodshed. "What are you up to?" Seeing him pull out a rope to tie me up, I struggled desperately. "Hope be good. Just hang in there, it'll be over soon." Boris wrapped me in a blanket, tied it to a post, and stacked firewood as tall as a person in front of me. At first, I thought the film crew had returned, but after a moment, I heard my mother's voice. At first, I thought I was hallucinating. But soon, through a crack in the woodshed door, I saw my mother follow the police into the yard. I kept trying to dissolve the tape with saliva, but it was wrapped layer after layer. I screamed, but no sound came out, watching helplessly as the woodshed door swung open and then shut. 3 yards, the distance between us was no more than 3 yards. But my mother's swollen, red eyes seemed not to notice my presence. Soon, the police car left the village, and I was untied. Boris's mom packed a bag of dry rations. I knew we were going to be sent to the mountain cabin to hide again. By then, I had given up hope. If even the police and my own mother couldn't save me, who else could I turn to? As dusk fell, Boris was about to send me up the mountain when someone outside shouted, Fire. The quiet village suddenly came alive. Even I could see flames shooting into the sky not far away. It was Victor's house. Mom, keep an eye on her. Boris quickly got dressed and headed out. I gently draped my coat over my shoulders as his mother sat down beside me. Just as I was wondering if I had the strength to overpower her, flames appeared at our doorstep as well. The woodshed where I had been locked up earlier that afternoon was the first to catch fire. It was filled with dry firewood, and the flames spread quickly. Boris's mom desperately tried to bail water from the barrel, but it was clearly too late. She clung to me desperately, afraid I'd slip away in the chaos. As the fire grew, I kept shouting, "It's too late to save anything. Run." Gradually, she realized the situation was getting out of hand. We quickly gathered some valuables and hurried to the back door. The moment we stepped outside, there was a dull thud, and Boris's mom collapsed to the ground. "Who's there?" I jumped back in fright. In the glow of distant flames and the faint moonlight, I saw my mother's tear-streaked face. "Mom." I held her close. "Run, child." My mother was clearly prepared. She pulled me into the woods east of the village. This village had only one small path leading out, which stretched about 6 miles to the nearest national highway. For miles around, the area was surrounded by steep cliffs that were impossible to climb. The woods where we hid were where the villagers gathered firewood, with a few well-worn trails. The fire was large, but nearly all the men in the village had gone to fight it. It would likely be extinguished soon, and they would begin searching the mountains. "Mom, we can't get away." I held her hand tight, as if letting go would send me falling into a bottomless pit forever. "Listen to me, child. The police have gone back for reinforcements. Today was just a scouting mission." She touched my eyes, her voice choked with tears. "Today, I caught a glimpse of you. You're my own flesh and blood. But I didn't dare say a word. The police said even if I recognized you, I couldn't speak up." I thought about that afternoon. There were hundreds of people in the village, but only 3 police officers. If we had alerted them, the next time they came, they might have found nothing but my body. "Then why didn't you leave with them first?" It suddenly dawned on me that my mother's rash actions had put her in a difficult position. "I couldn't leave you. I was afraid they'd keep you tied up all night." At that moment, I finally broke down, holding her and sobbing uncontrollably. In my heart, I had always believed my mother didn't love me. During the 2 years I was trafficked, I had hoped countless times for the police to rescue me, but I never dared to hope that my mother would come. But now, seeing her risk everything, fragments of memories suddenly came flooding back.